Hello. This is Megan here. Welcome in. Thank you so much for joining me, especially if you're joining me live. This is Megan from Core3 Harmony Wellness Services. I so appreciate you. I am so grateful for the opportunity to speak with you here. I do indeed hope you can hear me just fine. I am excited to be able to have a space to share and to provide information that, of course, I want to be uplifting, informative, and inspiring. Today, especially, I wanted to share some insight. There's just been so much stuff going on in the world. And I say that with in lightheartedness, but also with the understanding that there's a lot of heaviness. And I'm coming from a perspective and a Christian belief background, and I often think of the verse in the New Testament, and Jesus shares that he says, "In this world you will have trouble, but be of good cheer, for I have overcome the world." And for me, having the holy text, the scriptures, it is life. It just breathes into me personally. It breathes into me hope, and that in the midst of all of the chaos and craziness, I have a connection to what I believe to be my source of light, of hope, and love. And I believe that is most paramount and important during very difficult times that you are experiencing or exposed to. As I prepare the information that I want to share, I would also like to invite you to please subscribe if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel here. I really appreciate it. My intent is to go live as best as I can every Tuesday, noon Pacific time. And I just don't want to keep you too long, so just want to provide information for about 20 to 30 minutes max. And some information will be skill sets, some things that I may be experiencing and sensing that that happens to be occurring a lot as I'm interacting with people. It's coming up a lot, so I know that it is definitely potentially something that could be occurring. How do I want to say it? Collectively. So this is a space that, you know, what's amazing about having these platforms is that the reach is so much further than what a person could ever imagine. So with that being said, if you are not subscribed, please subscribe. I'd really appreciate it if you could subscribe. For those of you who are current subscribers, you know I appreciate you. So grateful for you, and much love for you that you continue to stay connected with me here. I do understand this is presented in various time zones and different languages, so bear with me. I have a hard enough time speaking English, so learning a variety of different languages is something that was always an interest and something I wanted to do. I never quite got around to it, and then when I tried, I found it to be so difficult. But just like with everything, it just requires lots of practice and time to get better at it. So I appreciate you for chiming in and listening to what I have to share and say. Here at Core3, we provide services in 3 areas. That is music therapy, counseling, and coaching. Please check out our website. The link is in the description below. and you will be able to find a plethora of information regarding the specific discipline and how music therapy can be a benefit, an aid, and a help, as well as all of those in whom we provide benefit and service to in counseling, as well as coaching. One thing I wanted to share, and I may eventually do a discussion on this, and I've done one before. It's been a while, but helping individuals understand the differences between coaching and counseling. In a nutshell, so to speak, therapy is a need of help at a clinical level, and that is when I interject my music therapy skill sets as well as counseling skills that I have gained over the years. And then coaching is a non-clinical level of need. That is an area and a space where there is no specific diagnosis that we are working on. We are working on primarily things that are presenting at the moment and that you are working towards in for the future. Okay, so with that being said, please reach out to us. We provide a complimentary consultation of the benefits of services offered. So if you're curious or intrigued or in search for either therapy, counseling, or coaching, please reach um, how there that helps us on a physical level, making sure you're um, have your finances and assets in order, making sure you have um, food and tangibles in order in case of a disaster or an emergency. And so the last couple of years has taught us how important and just as important our mental health and well-being is in times of great stress and in great events, catastrophic events that can occur in our life. And so that has been a huge need the past couple of years, so much so that, especially in the field of counseling and therapy, us in the profession have been pushed to the brink, to say the least. I've had some colleagues share, excuse me, I've been talking a lot today. I've had some colleagues share the amount of stress that they have been under, unlike any other in any time in their years in the profession. So it is also a very unique experience that we have had on the professional end in dealing with the vast need um, uh, of our profession and our skill sets. So for today, our focus is finding peace in a troubled world. And I want to highlight a few tips and skills that I believe will truly be beneficial for you right now and moving forward for the rest of your life. It is important to maintain a sense of peace and connection with with yourself, with others, with the earth, with your higher power source, however that looks for you. It helps us to find a way to go in flow, move in flow, and develop balance when things seem so out of balance and chaotic. Okay? So, Watching the news or reading the headlines can cause you to become upset or feel a general sense of dread. You might even live in an area that is, of course, plagued by war, political unrest, ethnic violence, or terrorism. And maybe you yourself have experienced crime, harassment, abuse, or quarrels with coworkers or neighbors. And your home might feel like a war zone rather than a peaceful haven. Daily exposure to the upheaval and tragedies can significantly impact our physical and mental health. In addition, chronic stress related to this exposure contributes to relationship problems, illness, addictions, mistakes at work, inefficiency, anxiety, reduced productivity, lack of fulfillment, and unhappiness. Reducing stress is essential for finding peace and cultivating a sense of inner calm. So perhaps you're at a place where you are yearning and trying to figure out how to develop inner peace. And perhaps that has led you to search for it in nature or in religious or spiritual activities or mindfulness activities. And even if you have found inner peace, maybe it was fleeting, it was just but for a moment. So here is the key. How can we increase and sustain feelings of calm and peacefulness when we are distressed by what is going on and what is happening in the world and or in our own personal lives? So key point number one, okay, is to focus on the good in your life. Focus on the good in your life. The world is full of kind and caring people. Notice them and be one of them to diminish feelings of despair. Okay? Notice them and befriend one of them. Stay positive. This means being self-aware and in touch with your feelings and avoid allowing fear to take over and convincing you things will not work out for the best. Accept criticism that comes your way and know that most things in life are not personal. Oh boy, Doug, we have a lot to talk about there. I want to eventually have a little mini discussion on that in particular in regards to not taking things personally. These are all very healthy and helpful tips that I know will be very much so beneficial for us and aid us on our journey. Be thankful for what you have. Being genuinely thankful for what matters in your life helps to reduce gloomy feelings. And I know when I've interacted with people, and this is stuff that I feel is not new, of course, but I do know that I try to help people understand the importance of a gratitude practice, and the many different ways that how that can look. Okay, so being thankful for what you have can be extremely helpful. Having a space or a time or a particular practice around that. Sharing with others, give to those in need or offer resources for other people's well-being. You know, and this is what we talk about entering into and doing random acts of kindness. There is a random acts of kindness observance day, and I did a video on this a while back. and shared some random acts of kindness that I've experienced and that I have also participated in and provided. It just makes you feel so good. I mean, it really and truly does. And it doesn't have to be anything drastically huge or crazy expensive. It's just even the little things, okay, really helps to uplift your spirits and give you the sense that there is still good and there is still respect and there is still dignity in the world. Okay. Be a light in someone's life. If you worry about the trouble things that are happening in the world, fill your life with good deeds. You can volunteer, visit a nursing home, or check in on a homebound neighbor. And that's kind of another extension of those random acts of kindness. All right. Do the best you can. And I think a lot of people have been doing this, is avoiding listening to the news. And or really being very selective about what you listen to and for how long. Okay. And we have to have fun. And this is another tip here. Have fun. Fill your life with good times. It takes conscious effort to plan pleasurable activities. And perhaps you can enjoy a concert, have lunch with a friend, take your family on an outing, go for a hike, enjoy nature's beauty. Have fun and enjoy yourself. Okay. Another one that I mentioned as I started out speaking in the beginning was, where we hear a lot about being prepared. And that is another key that can be a very beneficial and bring you a lot of peace of mind, is being prepared for emergencies. And I also did a video a while back on um, planning uh, planning ahead for a crisis. And you can go through the video list that we have, the playlist on this channel, and view that one, planning ahead for a crisis, and the different ways, resources, and things that you can do to do that. And that can bring a lot of aid to bringing a peace of mind to you. Okay, helps to reduce your anxiety and preparing you for life-sustaining items, preparing you with life-sustaining items. Um, Another tip is have faith. Faith is the decision to love and trust no matter what happens. It's easy to lose faith, feel hopeless, and live in fear if you constantly observe poverty, war, tragedy, and pain. Love and trust might even seem pointless. Here are some ways to keep the faith when it seems impossible. Pray, be generous and kind, get inspired by art, nature, music, and surround yourself with people that you admire. These are things I lean on heavily to help maintain and sustain inner peace for myself. Okay. Talk to loved ones, discuss what's going on to a certain extent or as how much you can tolerate. Ask them about a time when they felt afraid, having that common understanding or that commonality you know, of how you're feeling can be very comforting, knowing you're not alone and feeling the way that you feel. Reassure them that you're going to do everything you can to ensure their safety. Focus on the big picture. It is challenging to feel at peace when you're focused on short-term worries, but if you focus on the big picture, you can find peace in knowing that what is happening now will not last forever. This goes hand in hand with the phrase that this too shall pass. It is not going, that feeling won't, especially perhaps in the intensity of it, won't feel the same forever. And this is what I bring into play in the therapy space when I'm working with people dealing with some really heavy duty emotions and feelings around a specific event or experience that they've This is huge. This next tip on maintaining and sustaining inner peace is huge. I bring it up a lot when I'm working with folks, is let go of what you cannot control. When something outside of your control affects your peace, you might feel hopeless and angry. But focusing on things you cannot change is counterproductive and increases stress. So we want to make a list of 2 columns: what I can control and what I cannot control. Choose to release the things that you cannot control. Okay. This takes daily practice, all day long, every day. Woo, here's another heavy hitter. Forgive others. Sometimes the hardest thing to release is the negativity you feel when someone wrongs you. You can choose to move on. And if you need help in any of these areas, and these are not easy, these tips to maintaining and sustaining inner peace are not easy. They require support, they require assistance, they require lots of practice, they require guidance. And if that is you, please reach out to me. Okay. My contact information is in the description below. Please reach out. Let me come alongside you and help you in developing these tools and skill sets and tips. Okay. Be a peacemaker. Help your loved ones resolve conflicts and solve problems to the best of your ability. Assist others in finding peace in small things. Being a good listener. You don't have to solve other people's problems for them. You can listen to their concerns and provide just support and understanding. You would not realize just how far that in and of itself can go for them in helping them, providing support and understanding. And last but not least, develop a way to schedule each day time to manage your stress. Schedule time to manage your stress. So every day, do something to reduce your stress, whether it's practicing yoga or going on a run or going for a walk or spending 20 minutes alone in a quiet room or a space. Okay? I trust and believe that these tips shared here today will help you to increase and sustain feelings of calm and peacefulness when you are distressed about what is happening and going on in the world. It is no small thing to know that there is help available. Okay? There is help and support available. There always is. There always is. The amount of stress in our world today is unlike any other in any other time. And it just really blows my mind that we are in a place of such heightened technology and resources, and yet we find ourselves, many of us, in a very unhealthy state and feeling like things are unmanageable and out of control. So please reach out. I would love to see how I could come alongside you and support you. Once again, a complimentary consultation is offered just so that I can hear what the concerns are, and you can ask me questions that you may have about my services and my approach. Please know and remember these three things before I let you go today: that you matter, you are worthy, and you are oh so loved. Okay, never forget those three. I greatly appreciate you. I am so grateful with all of my heart for the time you allow me to have here to speak words of inspiration, information, and aid to you today to help you to find, develop, and sustain inner peace. All right. I am looking forward to the next time we engage again live. In the meantime, if you have any questions or would like to schedule some time to speak with me, the information is found below. I appreciate you. Please take very good care of yourself. And until we meet again, please know I am sending out nothing but good vibes your way from my hands, my energy to yours. Many blessings.